video we're gonna be talking about food, especially fast food. When I say fast food, everything that comes to your guys' mind is probably McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Subway, everything that is a bit of American based. So in this video I thought a little bit give it a uniqueness, so talk about the fast foods that are uniquely from Europe. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to travel around Europe and then try their own fast food chain that they created from each country, and then trying it and then give a rating to think what I personally like, and then give it a rating and then say. And again, we're not gonna rate the fast food, we kind of doing the fast food, but the ranking, how it's gonna work is we're gonna say this country had the best, I'm gonna go. As of my research, I found out, for example, France, the best fast food that most people prefer is hot tacos. So I'm gonna go just by research, and if you think I'm wrong, you can always let it know in the comments, and then I'll make maybe another video and to try to rectify this and try to give thoughts. And everything ranking is just based on my personal opinion, so it's catered to me. And then the rating is just simply gonna be on uniqueness, so how unique is the fast food chain for the region. And then the next is flavor, it's about taste, so it's basically flavor. And then next is seasoning, how I like the seasoning. And then the last is price, of course. And then the service, I added service because it's a little bit, it depends. What I'm trying to say is it depends on how fast they deliver you, and then how the people, because it depends, because sometimes it can be hard because there are too many customers. But it's just to have another aspect to the rating system, but it's not a big deal for me. So yeah, without further ado, let's go to the country, and let's take a plane and go to the countries and eat some food. Okay, so as you guys know, I've been doing the fast food European edition, but I do need some help because I can't be fucking eating alone, and I couldn't eat alone, I'm gonna be honest. So today video, I have a special guest. I have my one and only brother from Senegal, and we will be doing a lot of videos together in the future where I'll travel there, blah 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 blah. So today is the French fast food, which is hot tacos. So when I say tacos, don't think the Mexican one, this is a different one. I'm gonna show you now. Just this one, it kind of looks like a, I don't know, it's a fat burrito, but they call it French tacos, and they go crazy for this. And I can't eat this because I don't have an appetite, so that's why I have an expert here, my brother. He loves this shit apparently, so we're gonna try together and then see how it goes, huh? Yes.
Late fromage?
Yeah, I think so.
Ouais.
You can use the plate if you want.
Ouais.
You just show. So this is the inside, some layers of cheese. So heavy, so heavy. First bite. Cheers.
No, go.
Don't be shy, don't be shy.
No, I'm not shy.
What do you think?
Good weight if you want.
Yeah.
And the normal tacos.
Yeah.
But the fromage,
Too much. Maybe.
I think the fromage will be
So I'm gonna start. Welcome to the ranking. So I'm just gonna quickly talk about the rankings that we spoke in the beginning of the video. Without further ado, we're gonna start with what we just saw, which is France, and in France is hot tacos. Just based on personal preference, and not really a great fan of it. So starting with uniqueness. Uniqueness not really unique in my opinion, because you just take the Mexican tacos and then rebuild yours, but still there is a uniqueness. But personally, I was a little bit disappointed at the beginning when I saw French tacos. I thought something would be different. So for the uniqueness, I'm just gonna give it 5 out of 10. And next aspect is flavor. As I said, personally not really a great fan of it because it's too heavy, too fatty, and when I eat it, I feel like kinda not really great. So I'm gonna go with 5 out of 10. And then for the seasoning, I personally believed there's not much seasoning. All there was just like in onion fries. So I'm gonna go with 5 out of 10. I'm gonna keep on frying. And the price might be something that I can talk about. Is as for all the comparison, it was pretty cheap for a meal like that. It was, I think the basic product is like $7.99, which is $8. So for that, I'm gonna give like 8 out of 10. And then finally, a service, it depends. The service is a little bit controversial. It's like depends on the time and how many people are there. But when I went, there was a big queue and people were waiting. Normally, when I went there, it always takes a bit of time, and it makes sense because they make it fresh. So I'm gonna keep it in a good range, which is 7 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. So now let's just go to the next country. So now I'm literally outside the Holy Cow, the restaurant fast food chain that, as of my research, is well known in Swiss. So let's gonna try that and let's see how it is really. Exactly. Come. Let's go.
Direct avocado et le levain maya. Si vous aimez un peu ce qui est un peu relevé plutôt, c'est pas mal. Il est vraiment super. Allez. Et la poisson. Je vous le gâteau. Ça sera sur place. Avec la crème. C'est parti. On y va. Et voilà, belle soirée, mesdames. Merci. Exactement. On y est vite, exactement. Ouais, ça va être tout soudain. Allez. Merci.
Bonsoir, j'aimerais bien pour commander barbecue chicken and cheese s'il vous plaît.
La poisson?
Non, je veux que de burger.
Le burger?
Ouais.
Avec plaisir. Et sur place?
Oui, tout à fait. Je peux installer à l'extérieur là?
Oui, bien sûr.
Ok.
Allez.
On se fait oups.
Et voici, merci.
merci. Donc j'attends l'extérieur du coup. Ok, merci. Avec ça? Ok, merci. So outside waiting for the burger. As of my research, Holy Cow is famous, but the famous which is not American and which is their own, like the Swiss owned. So the meat is Swiss, just like McDo, but we didn't want to try McDo. Already doing another series on that, so now we're just gonna try Holy Cow burger. And let's see how good it tastes. Huh? Let's see if I say Holy Cow. Bad joke. But yeah, let's try it. And then let's see, give an honest rating. And anyway, I'm gonna demolish the burger, you know me. And let's see how it goes. I just got the burger. Kinda looks big. I'm gonna show you. Ah, damn. Fucking big. This side is the biggest burger I've ever seen. Now for the test. God damn. This might be the best burger that I ever had. The texture is amazing of the patty. The sauce, the cheese, everything is perfect. God damn. The caramelized onions. I don't know if you guys see it. This is basically caramelized onions. Some good shit, huh? God damn. Best burger ever. Ah, damn. No, the texture is really good. Wow. The burger do starts. Just gonna get the patty.
Thank you. Try again.
So good. Worth the price. So good. So funny. Not bad. I literally destroyed the burger in 2 minutes. What a monster. So now for this one, of course you just saw, so we're gonna go to the ranking board about Holy Cow, Switzerland, of course. I really did enjoy it because it was good. I really enjoyed the taste. Everything was nice. So with the uniqueness, to be honest, it was not really that unique like French tacos because they really did something different. I wouldn't consider this unique, but for this, just a regular burger, so I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. And for the flavor, to be honest, I really have to say that I did enjoy this burger, and for now in my list, I never had a burger as good as this one. So I'm gonna keep in a buck, and I did enjoy it. So I'm gonna give literally a 10 out of 10 because I really loved it. So the next one is the seasoning. which I really enjoyed as well as the flavor, because this comprises of the flavor. So I'm gonna go again with 10 out of 10 because I really enjoyed the flavor, I'm not gonna lie. And then the price is a little bit skeptical because, you know, it's Swiss, people know that it's expensive. For this burger I paid 15 bucks, which is basically like a big deal in other places. So I'm gonna keep it in the butt, and I think it was worth it, so I'm gonna keep it 7 out of 10. And then of course for the service it was pretty normal, not like it came at the right amount of time, so I'm just gonna be basic and keep it at 7 out of 10. Yeah, so next is I'm gonna go to the next country. Literally pizza time. Pizza time. First presentation. Looks amazing. Now it's the real test. The taste test. Not bad. The thing is, you can't complete the trip in Italy without a pizza, so I gotta do it. Very, very crispy. I'm not gonna lie. A slice. Perfect. Perfect. Oopsie. Really good, man. So now here I am at Italy, and the place it's Spizzico, or now it's called Pizza Time for some reason. And you guys know pizza, no one eats like fast food in, like tourists like us don't eat fast food in pizza. They just, does not eat fast food in Italy. They go to the authentic place to have the authentic experience, which I should have done. I would have had more amazing time, but for this video I did eat in this place. So the uniqueness is just unique. It's just pizza. It's just their niche. So 8 out of 10. It's pretty unique. They just have pizza there, nothing else. So, and then regarding the flavor, it was just like already made pizza. So I think they made it in the morning or in the evening. I was not sure, but when I went, it was already there. So I did the flavor was decent. It's not like a fresh pizza. So it was 6 out of 10. I'm gonna give 6 out of 10 for sure. For me, seasoning, again, not much seasoning. It's just a regular pizza, pepperoni pizza, and it was decent. So I'm gonna give 6 out of 10. And then for the price, it was pretty cheap, to be honest. Just a slice of pizza, so I'm gonna keeping it $1 and give 8 out of 10. And then finally the service, no one was there. Just normal time, no one. I don't think anyone was there. So I just went and had a slice, and people were nice, typical. So I'm gonna give a good 8 out of 10 for service. Then now let's just go to the next country. And I'm going to talk about Febo in Netherlands. And I really did enjoy it, because when I went to Amsterdam, I eat this a lot. For the uniqueness, I'm going to keep it $1 and say 9 out of 10, because it is pretty unique, creative, vending machine for fast food. It's very creative, so I really like that. The next aspect is, of course, the flavor. The flavor is really good as well. I really enjoy the taste of the food, which is 8 out of 10 as well. And then the seasoning, there was not much seasoning in the aspects, but overall it was well made. Inside they had the cheese, which was seasoned, so I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. And the next is the price, pretty cheap, pretty affordable, pretty basic, so I'm going to keep it $1 and give again 8 out of 10. And then the service, again, I'm going to talk about service. There is a vending machine and a guy you can talk to. For me, service is like how fast I get the food, and if it's pleasant. For me, I just pay, get the food out. So I am going to go and say again another 8, because it was pretty easy. You don't need to speak to people. If you want to speak to people, you can, but it's just easy for me to do it. So yeah, now that now I'm in Germany. I'm gonna try their own fast food chain, which is, you can see, Nordsee. So I'm gonna go in and see. Did you get the joke? I know it's a bad joke, but I'm gonna order some fish. Yeah, because I love those things. So let's see what they have. the food that we got. Not gonna lie, pretty good. Potatoes. Nice potatoes, I'm not gonna lie. Now they make the fish. Nice, so it's not gonna break. Look at the chunk of the fish. The sauce patted on the sauce. Cheers. Now, as you just saw, we're going to talk about Germany, Nordsee, and it was. I really did enjoy it because it was, just fish, and I love fish. So for uniqueness, I'm going to give it really 9 because it was pretty unique to me. Only fish. I love fish, so it was very niche oriented. So I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. And then the flavor was decent. The flavor was nice. I did like it, so I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. And then moving on to the seasoning. There's a little bit seasoning on the potatoes, but overall it was okay. So I'm going to keep it a buck and give it 6 out of 10. And the price was pretty hefty because it was pretty expensive. I should have went for the less expensive one, but I wanted to try a good nice meal. So it was 15. I paid $15 for. In that aspects, I'm going to give a little bit lower rating, which is 6 out of 10. And then the service, I think the place I went, she was just in a bad mood. I think not very welcoming. I would say a bit rude, but it could have been pleasant. I think it could have been worse. So I'm going to give it a buck and say 6 out of 10. So yeah, now that everything is done, I'm gonna give a quick final ranking about what's the best, and I think so. Nothing but welcome to the final ranking. So let's just start the ranking based on bottom to top. So I'm gonna start with 5th position, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1. So all of this is calculated from the average of the previous rankings that I showed you, like uniqueness, flavor, seasoning, price, and service. So the 5th place, which goes, is France, because like I told you, 6 out of 10 after all the average that I made from the previous calculation. It's 6 out of 10. And then personally, I think France has much more better things than old tacos. I'm sure everyone in France will agree with me. And then the 4th place goes to Then Airbur Italy with 6.8 out of 10, which is calculated from the previous ratings as well. Yeah, and even people in Italy will agree with me. Trust me, that is not the great place to eat. I just added it as it would be nice to have multiple countries in the video. So yeah, next time if I go, for sure I'll be eating in another place for sure. So that's why the 4th place. And the third one, so for the third place goes to Germany with 7.0 rating out of 10. Basic, because the fish, everything was nice, everything was decent, so pretty classic rating. And now for the second place is none other than the Netherlands, with all the calculations, which is 8.2 out of 10, which I really enjoyed it. It was nice, good place, you quick easy bite, so 8.2, 10 in personal preference. And the one with the same points as 8.2, you might be wondering why then it's 1. Absolutely personal preference is Switzerland. Amazing burger for now, the best burger I ever had in my entire life. Maybe when I go to the US it might change, but for now Switzerland takes the prize on being number 1 with their holy cow burger. I hope this was enjoyable and a little bit informative about the fast food chain in Europe. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as I say always, stay curious. So catch you in the next one.